Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Prrrr. My name is Ajoy. And yes, happy new month. Month of blessings, a month of more money, more cash, more wealth. Yeah, but big ups to you up in the rain. Charlie, man still shock you. Trust me. Hey, Charlie, boys say the club World Cup no they be you. Rafinha and Co. Hey, the club World Cup no they be you. We could snub them everything they trend. How Hilal commodities. And sorry to the City fans who didn't get a preview. I said sorry to you guys at that time that they can't do preview about this game, but then the team for goal shoots for somewhere. That's why you guys have not enjoyed City Club World Cup discussions. And I'm sorry to say, I can't talk about City as they lose. Maybe my apologies. If I stepped on toes, my apologies. I beg you. Shout out to Pulako. Yeah, but we know we want to afford, so that's why I'm trying to be transparent and explain to you guys why we don't get City content. And also, thanks for supporting the guys, the unfamiliar faces you see on Prrrr. For me, I feel like they're doing a good job. I told you guys, Prrrr is big. Prrrr is for everybody. Anybody that sits here, I have scanned the person so well that he gives you good and quality content and pandictory. Yeah, so big ups to you guys. I appreciate you guys for supporting the guys you see here. Lord, trust me. And Charlie, you guys, the support they give them. Wow, big ups. So keep on subscribe. Prrrr is big. We'll be able to be Prrrr again and best. Prrrr is big. Prrrr will go. I'm telling you. Trust me. You did, yeah. And also, quick one. You see, about those in the comments who always stress on, you're talking about Chelsea. This is a Chelsea. This is not a Chelsea show. Please calm down that narrative. I advise myself to even limit how I talk about Chelsea on set because I have to be a neutral guy. I'm the host. But you see, during this Club World Cup, it be Chelsea in game where this lightning thing happened for there. So we can't take that one out. In the transfer market, Chelsea is making waves all over the place. So we also deny Chelsea fans the chance of getting updates from here. I don't know if it's coming from a particular fan base, but I think I'm not being fair to the Chelsea fans. Not even me. So we beg you, don't start that narrative, because if you do that, anybody who is new and watching the show might just be put off. Meanwhile, people are getting information. Oh, okay, then we should stop talking about Chelsea on set. How do the Chelsea fans feel about this too? We touch on every club. Barca is not here. Transfers, we'll talk about them. Every club has its own. So the narrative about Prrrr about Chelsea and Man U, we've even pirated. I've spoken to my boys. No unnecessary arguments on set again. So I don't know why you guys will still be in the comment section and stress on Chelsea. I won't watch because it's Chelsea content. No. I don't think it's fair. If you will stress a Chelsea discussion, it's because there's something that we have to talk about. That's why we are stressing on it. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you stop talking about Chelsea on set and you guys will feel happy about that there. I feel like let's be honest and let's be like truthful to everybody that watches the show. Chelsea fans, they watch the show. They've contributed to the show growing. We can't take that one out. Everybody, Barca, everybody. People they talk about other leagues all the time. So let's watch it in the comment section respectfully, and I trust you guys that will all, because the reason why I'll bring it on set is that people are new. Every day we get new subscribers coming to watch the show. All right. So if you don't say it, it will happen and they'll be put off and not watch the show again. Yeah. Pro gives everybody deep content. We are trying for you. We are all learning and growing. We can't do it alone. You guys do it. I keep saying, if you are too good, you contact us and you are lucky. You can be here all the time to sit and talk football. It's not a big deal. It's not a platform that, I love you guys, so big ups. So guys, make we move to the discussion. But today we go call somebody from US, our correspondent in the US giving us update. Derek, top guy. But before we call him, Coach Inti, can I have you?
Everything fine, bro.
Charlie, you talk something about Chelsea behind. Hey,
you know what that
hey, I heard it passed my ear. You ask me to support. He said, how can you support Chelsea, bro? I go take the mic, flash your face. But Charlie, I didn't want to watch the game. I started watching the game now. I don't know what happened, but just acting up now. Hey, Charlie, still come out. How you see the game?
Bro, the interest was there. When Hilal drew to Madrid, I knew they were not pushing us. Yes, so I dedicated time to watch this game. I can boldly say it's been the best game of the tournament so far.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I can
It's been the best game. Like, in terms of everything.
4-3, bro.
Yeah. A lot of goals. Yeah, so it was quite simple. You know, Inzaghi has been with Inter Milan for some time now. He's played City in the Champions League final.
Yes.
And then even before leaving, he played City again in the Champions League last season.
Crazy.
So he knew exactly what he was coming to do. And you can just imagine, like, he went to Hilal. He didn't actually get like 2 weeks before they came to the Club World Cup. So for Hilal to play the way they played yesterday, I mean, he already knew what he was coming to do. So he gave possession to City. He knew when you want to be expansive against City, you cannot mark them because they have the quality. They've been together for a long time. He's a new coach in Hilal. So he just did what he had to do. So he went with a setup of 3-5-2 when they were attacking. But then when they were defending, the wing backs of Cancelo and then Motep, guy, yesterday was my first time watching this guy. Serious baller from Saudi Arabia. Crazy wing back.
So even their own people are even improving.
Yeah. And then anytime they were taking a European player out and then they were bringing a Saudi player or someone from the Arab
region,
you couldn't see the difference.
Wow.
And I was really impressed. Like, so they were defending with 5 at the back, and then they were making sure they covered all the central areas. They knew Doku loves to receive very wide, and then he's unpredictable. You give him the outside, he'll go there. You give him inside, he will still go there. So what Hilal did really well was that they made sure the wing backs were really working tirelessly. Cancelo was just bumping up and down. And anytime City had the ball, Cancelo was always by Koulibaly. And if it was on the left side, the Motep, the Saudi Arabian guy, was always with Lodi. And I didn't even know Lodi was there.
Crazy. So we can say, but Kelvin, this coach goes to Saudi Arabia 2 weeks, new to the job, and they are playing his system from Inter Milan, and they are kind of playing it so well. They are in the quarters of the Club World Cup. That's impressive from a coaching point of view.
Yeah, it is. You see, when you have quality players, you don't stress as a coach.
Okay.
When you have quality, the Al Hilal players, they are not far from Manchester City. Although Manchester City players have higher quality than them, they're not really far like that. Then get the likes of Cancelo playing for you. Even, let's just see the Dasari guy who is playing where Neymar used to play. The guy is very good. I remember a game against Argentina. They scored Argentina in the first game of the World Cup. They are very good players. They have the likes of Koulibaly controlling the back line. They also have Neves, Ruben Neves in the middle. So these players, they understand tactical games. They are very technical to some extent as well. So coaching them will be very easy. And the system that Simeone was playing is not difficult to understand. It's easy. Just it was a 5-5 back. I want to say something. I don't think they play 2 forwards or just 1 forward.
Yeah, they play 2
but
forward.
when they are attacking, it becomes 5 forward because the wing backs will join and then 2 of the wingers will join that Leonardo up front. So it becomes 5. Then only this guy, Ruben Neves, is sitting behind. Ruben Neves will be the defensive midfielder.
Okay,
the sole defense, And sometimes he can ask one of the wide centre backs, either the left centre back or the right centre back, will join in a little bit. That's how they were playing Manchester City. And also, like you said, they were covering the central areas. You see, Manchester City, one thing about Pep Guardiola, this Club World Cup, he changed his system small. The system he played that Christmas tree formation. The 4-3-2-1 formation, right? Because he wants
the Christmas tree formation.
This guy started using it. He popularized it. Let me not say started using it. Carlo Ancelotti with AC Milan. He popularized that system. So that system, he wants his wingers to come inside and occupy the house pieces so that his wide fullbacks will be more involved in the game. That's why you started seeing Antinori playing very well. You also saw Matheus Nunes getting involved more in the game. But they'll go wide sometimes, though. They are not come to stay up there. So the reason why he does that is that last season, Manchester City, they were not moving, they were not making runs. The players were not making runs. So if you put them there, they can make runs in the house pieces and they'll torment you because they are very good dribblers. You understand? So that system, though, when you do that, it means you want to occupy the central areas. And Simone Inzaghi too was smart and he covered the central area. So he covered that central area. Then that's why he didn't play the 2 top. You understand? If he had played 2 top, he would have given up a player from the midfield to the attack. So he wanted to make the midfield compact. That's why he make the system play like that. And it worked out for him.
But that Bono save, but the Prenarians decided tactical say boom is so tactical say adjust decided feel liberty. Tacticals be this.
I think before you come to Bono,
super proud.
Before you come to Bono, I know most of the time you talk about when coaches sign players and they say, okay, now we are trying to figure out how they are going to use those players. Now you look at the signings Guardiola have done this time around. Aït-Nouri, he was not looking for a left back that is going to do a lot of defensive work.
Yeah.
So if you could, from yesterday's game, you realize Doku was always receiving very wide. And then since Al Hilal were playing with 5 at the back, they had 3 central defenders. So because there were 5, he needed to find a way to stretch that wing back that was always providing support for either the left center back or the right center back. So anytime Doku stayed wide and then Cancelo was forced to open up and then match up with him, Aït-Nouri was always finding himself in the space. And you know Aït-Nouri, very skillful, very like technical
like
with the ball.
left winger.
Just like a left winger. And he was very comfortable receiving in those left half spaces. And it was very dangerous. You look at the first goal, that was the same position he got the pass from, was it Bernardo Silva, before he brought the pullback. So I think Guardiola has been really smart about the signings.
Let's look at Al Hilal's first 11. Bono in post, we know he came from Europe, top guy, 34-year-old guy. Koulibaly, redemption Koulibaly, from Chelsea to Saudi, and he's playing so well. Neves. On paper here, I see Neves as a central centre back.
Yeah, he was deep yesterday.
He was very deep yesterday.
Yeah, Kano was playing in front of the...
Lodi at the left centre back, and the guy from Saudi Arabia, Moteb, is very
fantastic
good. Cancelo, super player.
Mind you, Barcelona still wants Cancelo to come and play the Reds.
As backup to Kunde.
Yeah, they said they need
They have Milankovic-Savic. This guy, everybody in Europe cheers this guy.
This guy.
So, Ajo, before you continue, that was one escape route for them when City really pressed them high. They needed that tall guy up front that could just hold play for them to join. You look at what's his name, Leonardo. It's not that tall of a figure. So Milankovic-Savic was always joining the attack anytime City pressed them high, and then they decided to go long. And he was winning all the balls, not even with his head, just with his chest, and then the players would just come around him and they pick the second ball and then they attack City. That was very smart.
They have Mohamed Kano. He looks like a Ghanaian.
Oh, that guy is good. When you see him, you don't think he's a proper player.
Solid
he's black. And
he was there at the World Cup.
The
last World Cup was he there?
And
the last World Cup.
He was there.
I can't recall.
Yeah, I think his face looks familiar.
I've watched some Al Hilal games in the Saudi Pro League. The guy is very good.
And he was
coming
even
on
half fit.
as a substitute.
What, really?
Yeah, he was half fit.
Yeah.
Nasser out. That
was a very good player.
And also they have
Malcolm.
This Marcos Ronaldo guy is a stubborn player.
Yes.
I think he's very, very clinical. 22 years old.
Yes.
They bought him from, is it
Benfica. Right.
Wow. And they have Malcolm, where Ghana shops. This guy, I remember he's transferred to Barcelona and all. So I think they've been smart, and maybe they play as a team as compared to in Saudi Arabia and the league. You know, Ronaldo's team are trying.
Right.
Ronaldo has been trying to break this team down, but they're always winning against Ronaldo, and it's crazy.
I want to pass a statement.
Okay, pass it before we go and make our call.
They'll keep trying. They'll keep trying. Let's be honest here. I like to be honest. See, Al Hilal, before Ronaldo came, they are still the biggest club in Asia, right? They are their biggest club in Asia. They signed the best players. It's not like Al Nassr and the rest. They are not signing the best players. They are signing their best players. And now they've gotten a coach that is a winner. Yeah. He's going to win for you.
So CEO should just move. Well,
then stay there.
He signed a new contract.
He
was going to fight hard to retire. So
I think
they almost signed Osimhen.
Yeah.
They convinced Bruno to come.
Yeah.
And I made a tweet yesterday. I wanted to know who their sporting director is. Because you look at what they were trying to do before this Club World Cup. In the first half, they needed Osimhen.
Okay.
They were missing Mitrovic. And then Cancelo was finding himself. You know, the central areas were very choked. They couldn't match City over there. So they were making use of the wings a lot. And then Cancelo had like 3 good crosses. There was nobody in the box to attack it. And then I was just thinking like, if Osimhen was to be up there, he would have gotten like 2 goals even in the first half. And then you look at, they wanted Kante to be in the middle for this Club World Cup. And if they had gotten these 2 players, I think they would have been like really unstoppable. And their sporting directors are really smart. They are buying all the big players, but not all the big names. You look at SMS, Milankovic-Savic from Lazio. He wasn't like the biggest player in Europe when you were looking at midfielders, but they knew what they wanted. They got nervous. So I think their sporting director is doing a good job, and then they actually really know what they want.
You see, for me, the Saudi plan is very interesting because you remember Emiliano, former Chelsea sporting director. He heads everything that happens in the Saudi Pro League in terms of being like a sporting director, like their head. So even if you want to bring a player from Europe, maybe you're Al Nassr, I want to bring a player from Europe, and it's difficult for you, he's there to help.
help.
So he's helping all the clubs. So that's their project that they want to make their country a footballing country. It's about to make sense.
It's showing.
And what CEO said that very soon, the Saudi league will be bigger and better than some of the leagues in Europe.
Oh yeah, you
We
can't
will
deny
see
it, honestly. You can't deny
But
it.
CEO said that he's not there. I wish he was there.
No, he won't be there.
But you see now,
won't be there.
young players are moving there. Now it's no more the older players.
Yes.
Bonsuba, 20 years, Ghana International. He's going to Accra this year. You have young players now moving there. And the way Hilal are playing, I think it will be a tough league.
Okay, let's call our correspondent in the US, Derek, top guy. This Club World Cup, we have linked up with him and he's giving us content from US. He spoke to Pep last week, so let's call him and let's get updates because if he where he did there, he go give me more information from the Club World Cup.
And you be Barca fan too, so.
Hey, you that.
Barca fan.
You that.
They don't go some, they say that they be.
Yo, big man Derek.
Oh, they have it.
Charlie, you did live on set too. You did live on Pro right now, so make you no give me bass voice, but give me light. What? Good morning, Joe. How are you doing? Something like that. But how be everything cool?
Charlie, everything good.
Charlie, you are cooking. Hey,
Charlie, have a good one.
Charlie, you cook all the food for USF finish.
Have you?
Bro, big ups to your elbows. More grease to your elbows. But let's talk some club World Cup. City in game yesterday. From your point of view, is it the best game we've seen at the Club World Cup so far?
With the sort of games we've had before in the competition, I think that this, for me, I also believe, sharing the view of people to say this is one of the best games because for the fact that, of course, we've seen Botafogo beat the European champions, yes, but in this turn-up of event where many believed City were going to beat them, and for the fact that they had to score the opening goal, and once again, for the fact that people didn't see a Saudi Arabian team, beating City is another thing. But of course, if you take into consideration the signings Manchester City made alone to go into this tournament is unbelievable that they can be beaten or they will be beaten by a Saudi Arabian team. Not too many people expected that to happen. But the manner at which they had to claw their way back and then make City also equalize, and then they had to put the dagger in the heart of City in the extra time makes it even much more bigger for the Saudi Arabian club and also for the tournament. Now people will feel like any team can beat anybody. So we need to go to the stadium and watch the games. And this will even propel many people to even go and watch the Dortmund-Monterrey game because they want to see something happening.
Exactly.
Because Monterrey have actually been one of the, brightest teams as well as the Brazilian teams or the South American teams. So people would like to see another European team fall off from pretty much a South American team or an Asian team or whatever. So for me, I think yes, 4-3 scoreline from a Saudi Arabian team. Nobody really expected to, get this far. Ronaldo said it that the Saudi Pro League is a big deal. And I think if people didn't believe it, maybe now they would believe it. Because if you look at the City team and to have the Saudi Arabian team beat them, it's quite surprising. But of course, they have a good coach in Simone Inzaghi. And just look at him. Without him, with Inter Milan, look at what Inter Milan are doing. Like they are not the Inter Milan we used to know. So that's also another big factor for Hilal. But no disrespect, they were absolutely brilliant against City last night. And I think yes, if you say it's one of the best games, I will agree with that.
Crazy. Derek, let's look at off football events, and US will host the upcoming World Cup. Derek, looking at the Chelsea game that happened recently and the lightning events that happened, that situation that made the players go into the dressing room for over an hour and coming back, more than 2 hours, and coming back to play, and the whole vibe around that particular match. If we want to compare, let's say that you are playing a World Cup game and lightning strikes for, let's say, some 10 miles away, and you have to observe protocol and move inside. Derek, what will happen to the fans? So I want to ask this question. Are US really ready to host the World Cup with that particular situation that happened? that made everybody say that no, this Club World Cup is not being hosted well by the US because they feel like the protocols can be bent or can be like minimized to a situation where it will look very calm for everybody to enjoy the World Cup. Because Derek, if you are playing a World Cup, let's say France versus Spain, a big game, and lightning strikes from let's say far away, and because of these protocols put in place, players have to move and come back. How are we going to enjoy the beautiful game? So people are asking questions. Are US ready to host the World Cup, including all factors involved?
For me, I think they are ready. I don't think or I don't believe that FIFA envisaged something like this to happen. The last year, when I covered the Copa America here in the United States, we didn't see this happening.
Okay.
I mean, they played the games across the length and breadth of the country, but that didn't happen. And it was also in the summer. And then we didn't experience that. Okay. So I don't think FIFA envisaged this to happen. And I don't think anybody also, saw this coming. But it's nature, so we can't take anything away from nature. But the good thing is that it's not only going to be the US going to host it. We're going to have Canada and also the Mexico to also host it. So pretty much we're just hoping that this doesn't happen. But if it does happen, it's really going to be something difficult for us to bear because for players to stay out for 2 hours and come back and play. It's disturbing. It's really disturbing. So for FIFA, they can't change anything. It's nature. You can't change anything.
100%.
But in terms of personality wise, in terms of organization wise, they're going to do absolutely the good things to put to the fore for us to enjoy. We've seen tournaments from FIFA, and we haven't really complained about weather conditions, or we haven't complained about how they organize the tournament and how they made the tournament lit up, everywhere across the world. So that is different. But with this one, we can't do anything. It's nature.
Yeah, I guess it.
If thunder is striking or there's lightning or the bad weather conditions and stuff like that, we can't do anything about it. That's the reason why when the World Cup was in Qatar, they had to adjusted by putting air conditions in the stadium so that the heat wouldn't be, that massive. We've seen that happen even at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. They turn on the air condition, they close the stadium, and to make the players and also the fans feel okay when the game is ongoing. It's rather unfortunate that some other stadiums don't have it. So maybe pretty much they can take that into consideration, so that when there's something like that happening, the stadium is closed, air conditioning in the stadium, then we can still have the games ongoing. So maybe this will be something that FIFA will put into consideration, that maybe they don't want this to happen in the World Cup. So maybe they will speak to the organizers who takes care of this various stadia or these various stadiums to put measures in place that these things wouldn't happen during the World Cup, because World Cup is a big thing. And if this happens, I don't think people will be frustrated, because just take a look at this. The Chelsea game was on Saturday and it ended up on Sunday. Just take a look at this. If it was like a working day, if it was a Sunday and going into Monday, what will people who are going to work say? How are they going to go to work during that time? Because they stood up to watch the game, and then they had to wait after another 2 hours. Because you guys in Ghana, and also I'm sure other countries had to stay up again to watch that last 5 minutes. People even went to sleep. So if you're watching a game like that as a World Cup national team, and your team is playing, your nation is playing, and then they have to wait for that longer time, you wake up to see that your team lost while your team were winning. You'll be like, well, what is happening?
What happened?
Exactly. So FIFA probably, maybe this is like a learning curve for FIFA to let the organizers know that we need to do something. Qatar was brilliant. 100%. We know about the weather conditions and all of that. I was in Qatar, so I know what really happened. Qatar was brilliant because of how they had to improvise, because they knew what was going to happen. But I don't think FIFA or the Americans knew this was going to happen, because they had the perfect tournament in the the Copa America. So nobody envisaged this to happen. Nobody saw this happening. So maybe as time goes on, they will put measures in place so that we don't witness this in the World Cup.
Okay, but Derek, who is winning the Club World Cup for you? Take one.
Yeah, Joe.
Oh, okay. Let's give me a club name, Pong.
Maybe Paris Saint-Germain Chelsea final, and then
Paris Saint-Germain Chelsea final.
Maybe.
I said it. All right, big bro. Thank you so much for talking to us. Derek has a YouTube channel, so guys, I will put his link in the description. We'll put his channel on the screen. Subscribe. He's giving amazing content out of it, straight from the USA. So we beg you guys to keep that in your mind. So we'll link up behind the scenes.
Sure.
Okay, all right. Thank you. So that was Derek, top journalist. Yeah, not journalist too. Yeah, football talkers. I'm not a top journalist for zero contact. I'm not my day. I'm myself. I'm a top guy, a good friend of mine. So, Charlie, he talk, and with timeless. You see, for me, I feel like that particular thing will happen for the Chelsea game. For make them maybe revisit that rule.
The radios, you know.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Closer.
Yes, because if you do your research, it's like from year to not even Madrid now, maybe Legon.
That where
the lightning strike for. And because of the protocol measures, you can't change it.
10 miles.
And you see, anything can happen. But can lightning strike some? Okay, anything can happen. Like, it's nature. But at least for those who also love the game, if it is that far, you can. You don't bring it. Don't even bring it close. But don't let them go 30 minutes. And if it's 5 minutes to end the game, let them finish. Let maybe close the game. Let them finish the game and go. Because the fans too are paying to watch. Some went. You see,
I think the best thing is just to reduce the radios, because the reason why they had to stay in there for 2 more hours was when the first tender happens, they're actually looking at the weather forecast, whether the next one is going to happen or not. So if it's possible that the next one is happening, they're still going to keep you inside. They won't let you come out to play. So they just have to minimize the radius.
Okay, so goodbye, Man City. It's so hard to say goodbye, but how you would do them? You good. You help some teams they fear you. So I should let know. Some teams make free passage to the final. Hey, if that team go final, we go chat before the chat. But have your last words. I mean, they're out, and the Club World Cup. Your team is not playing the Club World Cup. It's not a big deal. You'll be there next 4 years. I know you'll be there.
Yeah,
it's only Manu that might not be there. Or won't be there. Because of the coefficient and stuff like that. But let's see, 4 years is a big deal. But your last words and let's wrap up. City are out.
Yeah, City are out. Now I'm looking at PSG. Okay. Because if it was the normal or the previous version, I think PSG will be gunning for the
PSG Bayern.
title.
Yeah.
They are playing.
PSG Bayern will play.
Okay, nice.
I still think PSG will win against Bayern Munich. Okay. They'll win again. So I'm hoping PSG wins the trophy.
Okay.
Just to make things fair.
I am coaching Tito. We are hoping that so wins the trophy. Yeah. But me self lucky. I get call plus Enzo Fernandez. The call get close.
Let's go final.
So for trigger.
Let's go final.
Because the last call we missed Enzo in call.
Yeah.
It's on the week.
And Madueke is not playing, so I'm happy. Guys, we'll see you tomorrow. Much love. Subscribe. Be out.